Hi guys, Adam McKola here. I'm here with Gaz and I'm here with Peaky Pundit. We're outside Old Trafford, Manchester United, Alkmaar next as we're together after the Arsenal game. We're going to look ahead to United's second Europa League game. Gaz,
yes.
You're off out there, you're looking forward to it, but it's a difficult, tricky tie away from home in Europe.
Yeah, and we've seen in the Europa League as well, the year that we won it, often these away ties, we put in some awful displays, mate, and just proper boring football, and I think you can maybe see that happening again in Alkmaar, where we're just focusing on keeping it tight. And you know what, I didn't think we had that in us, but that first half against Arsenal we really controlled, and I was actually relatively happy with it and the performance altogether. If we went and played like we did against Arsenal against Alkmaar, we'll beat them easy, mate, but they sometimes struggle to really...
We haven't had an away win since March.
Yeah, they really just struggle to impose themselves, especially in away games in the Europa League. I'd maybe say just a draw you'd be happy with at this point, mate.
Do you think we'll see the same kind of lineup we saw in the last two cup games against Rochdale and Astana?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll see a slightly stronger one. Well, certainly stronger than the Astana one. Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely.
Do you think we have to do that, or do you want to see I was going to say below strength, but a younger team?
They're a good team. I feel like I'm disrespecting them a little bit. They're doing well in the Eredivisie at the minute, and you're going away to a ground where you know it's not their stadium that it's actually being played at, but you know it's going to be a good atmosphere in Holland. You know it's going to be intimidating if we just play a full team of youngsters. So I think we'll see a few experienced names in there, and definitely a few first-team players. But I suppose we saw that against Rochdale, didn't we? Pogba played the full 90, and no one expected that. So I think we'll see a mixture, mate, but I think a bit more of an experienced side, definitely. But, I mean, we can't help it, though, with the injuries, I suppose, at the minute.
We definitely can't. That game against Alkmaar, obviously, after winning our first one, we've got 3 points in the Europa League now, dropping more points in the league. How important is the Europa League for us this season?
I think, Adam, it's going to be quite important, to be honest, to try and get back into Champions League football.
I think it's our best route.
100%. I can't see us getting top four, mate. I said predicted at the start of the season, I thought maybe 6th. Looking at it now, I think you'll take 7th or 8th. Need to get a run of form together, but I think Europa League is definitely going to be our route back into the Champions League. Need to get that win away from home as well. I think it's vitally important for the confidence of the team. The longer it's going on, it's kind of maybe playing on the manager's mind, the players' minds. Greenwood, Gaz, I think we'll see a little bit more experience in the team. Players like Mata. It's going to be a tricky place.
Greenwood didn't start against Arsenal, so... Is that him starting against Alkmaar?
Potentially. Against Arsenal, we saw few players, maybe saw Rashford and Pogba maybe rush back a little bit from injury just to play, to try and get a result against Arsenal. So maybe, do they step out, do they miss out, and maybe Mata comes in, Greenwood starts the game, potentially, mate, yeah, definitely.
We saw the team in the cup games against Rochdale and Astana. Same question to Gaz. Would you go with a similar team to that? We saw Chong and Greenwood and Gomez in the front fours at times. Would you go with a similar team to that, or do you think we need to strengthen it up a little bit?
I think we need to strengthen it up a little bit. I know, obviously, Gaz made the comment with Pogba coming in for the Rochdale game again. I don't think he was in the right frame of mind for the game. He just looked a bit laboured on the ball, was slow moving it about, too many touches on the ball. I think Ollie's message has got to be to the guys, we've got to play with a bit more of a tempo. What I'm finding in these cup games is a bit slow, it's a bit laboured, and we're kind of taken 3 or 4 passes to make a pass from left to right that could have been done in one pass, and I think that's the key. We've got to start moving the ball a lot quicker.
Say something about that Arsenal game as well. It was actually the first time I've seen real personality from some of our players. Me and Peaky were saying before, we actually saw some crunching tackles. You saw players really, the flair players really willing to take people on and try.
Clumsy and stupid's a personality, which I've seen a lot of.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. The way that, was it Jose who said we need more personality in our team, and we'd needed it still this season, but today we've had players actually willing to try things. And we were playing out from the back today. And that was something I was worried about, because
I feel like we overthink every pass.
Yes, totally. And that's why I thought playing out the back is not a wise thing to do. And we saw in the last minute of the game there, some players just totally lost their mind. Usually they'd start doing that earlier on in the game, but I thought we really controlled it. And our transition from defence to attack was really good today. It was just what we did when we were there.
Have you thought of a team? I don't know. I want to ask you, but I don't want to put you on the spot. So if you've got a team, I can.
The problem is injuries. Who's coming back? Who's going to be fit? Who we didn't
risk Pogba or Rashford again?
I don't think you'd play Rashford in this one. He's really struggling at the minute, and people saying he's not got the striker's instinct. And I'm like, The guy's 21 years old. He shouldn't be being relied on as Manchester United's first choice striker. I feel almost harsh on the guy. I think in January you go out and bring in a 30-plus striker. I mean, age 30-plus striker.
Nice if you had a 30-goal.
I know, yeah, that's what I mean. What, in January, that would be a miracle, wouldn't it? But Mandzukic, someone like that, if he's available, man, you get him. Because I think in the summer we should have gone for an experienced striker. I would have loved to have seen us bring in someone like Jamie Vardy and having Marcus Rashford playing as almost a backup to him. And then Mason Greenwood, where he should be, as our third choice striker who gets a few games. But he's relied on too much. You saw him today snatching at every touch, every time he tried to finish. And it's because
the problem when you bring them on in such critical moments as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
You got these young lads under massive pressure, and someone mentioned it on the Fancams earlier. You want to be bringing them in when you're 2-3-0.
Exactly, yeah, and that's going to be the best thing for their progression. If he was our third choice striker, he would be doing that. But we saw the same. He came on against Crystal Palace and didn't do too well there. And it was the same here. And it's not his fault. I just think it's it's not the right time to be bringing players like that on.
Have you got a team for me prepared?
Don't know, Adam. Again, I think it just relies.
Gaz waffled around it.
He dodged.
Shall we get one together between us all?
Okay, yeah,
you
sure.
go goalkeeper defence.
Okay, Romero. You'll have Maguire, Lindelof, and then this is the injuries. I'm not sure. Luke Shaw.
Axel has to start.
Luke Shaw won't be back, but it might be Rojo left back. It'll be Rojo left back. It'll be Rojo left back, and it'll be. I reckon Wan-Bissaka will come back at right back. Yeah.
Do you want to go midfield or attack?
I'll go midfield. I think Fred will start in there. Potentially Matic with a bit of experience. Probably not everyone's choice of who they would want to see in there, but I just can see Ollie switching it around, putting them two holding, and then maybe playing Jesse in that kind of 10 role. I think he'll give him another go.
And then I'll go with Mason up top through the middle. Rashford needs to be left out. Yeah. He needs to be left out for his own benefit. I know Martial's kind of edging towards a return. I would love to see him involved at some point, but maybe not from the start. Raheem, pleasure. Just interrupt us, Raheem. It's all right, man. Where was I? Yeah, so Mason Greenwood up top. Andreas Pereira, because I thought he played well today.
Mate, he played well.
And Tahith Chong.
Tahith
Chong's from PSV Eindhoven. Going back to Holland.
But Tahith Chong was maybe one of our most disappointing players in the Rochdale game, mate.
But I hear you say that, but I feel like no one remembers Gary Neville's first 30 games or Nicky Butt's first 30. I don't know they would have won games and all that, but I feel like there's so much scrutiny on these players. As soon as they come into the first team, we're kind of expecting them. You have to play well to your full capability right now.
Yeah, it's just like what you were saying before about bringing players on when you're actually controlling a match and you're comfortable, rather than them starting in an away game when you've not won something like 46 away games in a row. I think it's asking a bit much for Tahith Chong to come in, especially because he was trying far too much in the Rochdale game and it wasn't coming off. I'd rather him come off the bench when we're actually controlling a game, but when are we ever controlling a game?
I think the other thing as well, Adam, on that is everyone always compares with the class of 92 and the current crop of youth coming through. Let's not forget the class of 92 had some big personalities in that first team, in people like Ince, Keane, people who took Bruce Pallister, who took care of them on the pitch.
King.
The king, mate. So out there at the moment, who realistically is there who will go and protect a player or look after them? So it's hard, and they haven't really gone out and had loan spells either, where the class of 92 would have gone and got first team experience wherever
Bex
it was.
at Preston and
places, going out and just playing first team football and getting knocked around a bit. They've not had that. They've been kind of thrown straight in where we're almost relying on them now. So it's tricky. We've got to be patient with them, and we can't overuse them as well. But at the moment, with the squad we've got, we're having to kind of use them, and it's a shame.
Does anyone know anything about Alkmaar in particular? You said they were doing all right.
They're doing well. I think they're in third or something like that. They're doing all right. But
won at the weekend.
All I know is that the stadium's collapsed.
Got a rowdy crowd, brought the roof down apparently.
Sounds like fun. Score prediction?
Optimistic. I'm going to go 2-0 United. I'm going to be optimistic.
I think we're going to win this game. 2-0 United as well. Guys?
Everyone's just like very optimistic that.
What's score going to be?
It's going to be. You fucking shit me up there, mate. I thought someone came up behind me. I was like, fuck. This is it. This is it.
This is the day we get killed.
It's always coming. I'm going 0-0. Fuck it.
Guys, that has been a preview for Alkmaar. Sorry we couldn't do it on Skype. As you can see, there's little time in between the games and the turnovers very quickly, so we had to get the guys. Thank you to you two for waiting in the rain. I appreciate you both. Have fun in Holland. I'm not going to be there, but he's going to have us covered. I'm going to be doing a watch along from home and that. Mrs. said I have to stay home.
Oh, wait, I was going to say, why haven't you come with me? I thought we were having a day out.
I'm not allowed to go absolutely mental. Only joking. But yeah, pleasure, Gaz. Pleasure. We're going to win the Europa League. Cheers.